It's game 2 of a 3-game set between the Padres and the Rockies. It's going to be Casey Kelly on the mound for San Diego. He has struggled as of late, but he seems to have the makings, Mark, of a very good major league pitcher.
Well, this young man is very exciting, and they're very excited to really see the maturation process of Casey Kelly. It all starts tonight. Let's go back to the start he had in Atlanta in front of his dad's birthday. He really competed. That's what I love about him. He's got a great smile. He's got great air of confidence, but he also has composure on the mound. I can't wait for him to mature in this game, and let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's still young in the game. He's young in baseball, but it all starts tonight with his effort on the mound.
When we come back, it's time for baseball. Game 2 of this 3-game set between the Padres and the Rockies. Dick Enberg, Mark Grant, Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn are going to have the call on Jerry Coleman Day. How about a Padres win? Let's hang a star on it. Enjoy the game, everybody.
You're going in?
Hold on! We're not back from commercial yet! Hold on!
And we're underway. Casey Kelly working on Dexter Fowler, and the Padres and the Rockies middle game of this 3-game series on a very warm Saturday early evening in San Diego. Fowler hitting a solid .310. And the count goes 2-1 to the center fielder. Since the All-Star break, hitting at .324. Where's number 24? Lanky and built, much like his counterpart Cameron Maybin. Flies this one to left. That sends left fielder Guzman back and makes the catch near the warning pen. One away. That's Guzman in left. First, let's look at the Rockies' batting order. Fowler and Rutledge. Carlos Gonzalez had 4 hits last night. WILIN, Rosario, the rookie catcher, 24 home runs. Tyler Colvin at first base moves in from the outfield. Chris Nelson, a long 425-foot-plus home run last night. Charlie Blackmon had a home run as well late in the game. DJ LeMahieu at second base, and then Drew Pomeranz, who has a home run as well this year. The pitcher, and a strike called by Phil CUZZI behind the plate. Here's Casey Kelly, his 4th start.
Well, a good sign. That last pitch was a fastball at 94. The velocity last time out for Casey Kelly was down a little bit, about 88, 89, and he lives around 92, 94. So let's see what type of adjustment Casey Kelly can make this evening against these Rockies.
Ground ball to third. Headley across to Alonso for the second out. Well, a better start than last night when the Rockies rolled up 5 runs in the first inning. Here is the Padre defense brought to you by Mazda. Guzman, Maben, Denorfia left to right in the outfield. Alonso at first. Forsythe and Parrino. Andy Parrino gets a start at shortstop. Chase Headley at third. And Yasmani Grandal behind the plate. Andy Parrino up from Tucson where he hit .324. Make that .328. Of course, was with the club earlier in this year. Then back to Tucson where he honed his skills. Here's Carlos Gonzalez. Delayed strike call from umpire CUZZI. With Davis, Gonzalez, and Gibson working the bases tonight. Strike 2.
Wow, don't you love that?
Yeah, already just seems like he's locating a whole lot better.
Well, we all know that these Rockies love to hit the fastball, right? Darren Ballsy said before the game, get ahead with the fastball. He has to spot the fastball. And then utilize his secondary pitches. That being the slider and the changeup.
Bounces the breaking ball. 1-2 the count as you follow the pitches on Fox Tracks. Brought to you by Southland Technology.
Good spot for that curveball with 2 strikes.
Seeing a battle of number 1 draft picks. 2 youngsters. Kelly only 22 and his pitching opponent Drew Pomerantz 23. Both number 1 draft picks. Kelly by the Red Sox in the first round in 2008. And Pomerantz by Cleveland in 2010, the 5th overall player selected. Strike 3 called. Gonzalez knew it. And a good start for Casey Kelly. Padres coming up. Denorfia, Forsythe, and Headley. The Jerry Coleman statue is off to the left as we look into the park from that angle. It's outside the right field corner, so that fans, even when baseball is not part of the daily regimen, you'll be able to come by and pay tribute and admire a beautiful piece of statuary. Toyota presenting the Padres lineup that features a lot of right-handed hitters. Denorfia, Forsythe, Headley will switch it around, as will Grandal. Hit from the right side. Guzman, tough on left-handed pitching, bats 5th. Yonder Alonso with a grand slam last night. Cameron Maben on a tear, hitting over 400 the last month. And Andy Parrino, another switch hitter. Before Casey Kelly, who was drafted as a shortstop pitcher, will bring his bat to the plate, hitting 9th. Drew Pomerantz, 23, from Collierville, Tennessee. Did his college pitching at Ole Miss. A rough first year for him with the Rockies, 1-8, and the first pitch, Denorfia swings and sends a high fly to center. Casually tucks it away, does Fowler, as we check the Rockies defense. Gonzalez, Fowler, and Blackman in the outfield. The infield from third around to first, Nelson, Rutledge, LeMahieu, 2 rookies up the middle, and Colvin at first. And WILIN Rosario, the home run hitting rookie catcher, behind the plate. Big guy, 6'5" and 240. Came over from Cleveland in the Ubaldo Jimenez trade last year. Alex White, another pitcher, another #1 draft pick by Cleveland. We'll see him tomorrow in that same trade. So there's a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Where will he top out?
He can top out about mid-90s, but he's going to live around 92, 91-ish. He averages about 91, but he's a 3-pitch pitcher. Fastball, curve, and a changeup. But looking at his outings, last maybe 8 to 10 outings, maybe 4 or 5 innings. Yeah. Remember the pitch count now. They don't like to go over 90 pitches, so we're going to have to see if Pomeranz is efficient early in this game.
In fact, they've really been pulling the trap door at about 75.
That's right.
2 balls and a strike to Forsythe.
Pomeranz is sneaky with his delivery. It's real compact and then a lot coming at you.
Forsythe against left-handed pitching, batting .374. And the last 28 games, the former Arkansas Razorback at .337. And he's aboard on a walk. And that takes us to our Lexus keys to the game, Mark.
Well, what a great day at this ballpark, Petco Park, and it's all about Jerry Coleman, and we're honored to be a part of it. So hang some stars, as the Colonel Jerry Coleman says. Hang a star on that one. Hopefully the Padres can hit some long balls and hang some stars this evening. And thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. What a distinguished career the Colonel had. Military service, all years in baseball. It's truly a San Diego treasure, and we're lucky to have him.
Amen. Chase Headley. That ball gets away, and on to second. Forsythe didn't get away very far, but Rosario couldn't locate it. That frustration, the ball's right around your ankles, and you don't know where it is. Is it at the screen? And by the time you locate Forsythe in scoring position.
Rosario did a good job of just blocking that ball right there. He didn't know where it was. See him stick that glove down, and he thought it got by him and was headed to the backstop, and it actually hits the umpire's foot. Ricochets around.
Wild pitch.
Nice break by Forsythe.
Oh, Chase Headley still at 102 runs batted in. Hasn't had a RBI for a few games. Still leads the National League with 102. Chance to pick up Forsythe. Padres did not do well with runners in scoring position last night. They were 1 for 12. This one into the hole deep. The long throw across by Rutledge in time, 2 away.
Yeah,
and Forsythe had to hold at second.
You know, guys, I think there's a little deception in Pomeranz's delivery. It kind of short arms a little bit, Tony, doesn't he? That's why he probably looks sneaky fast.
And that's what I meant. I mean, he's long and lanky, but you know he really doesn't get his arm extended when he throws it. It's really coming, like you said, kind of short arm the ball. So from a hitter's perspective, it's going to look a whole lot quicker than it really is.
You see Yasmani Grandal's numbers, 7 home runs, 4 of those right-handed, even though he's had much fewer at-bats hitting right side. Hit a home run in Coors Field right-handed and takes a strike. 92 on that fastball. Grandal, they pitched around him last night, walked him 3 times. To the right side, LeMahieu. And the Padres pick up where they left off last night, 0 for 2. Runners in scoring position. We move to the second, no score. Sports San Diego presents Padres Baseball, brought to you by AT&T, the largest 4G network, AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Petco, where the healthy pets go. So our second baseball military statue, Tony Gwynn out in Park at the Park, and down in the right field corner, Jerry Coleman. Beautiful presentation featuring his military baseball and broadcasting careers. WILIN Rosario, and then Tyler Colvin and Chris Nelson against Casey Kelly in the top of the second. Rosario, 64 RBIs. He's one away from equaling the best RBI count for a rookie catcher in Colorado history. And he leads all rookies in the National League in home runs and runs batted in with that 24 homers, 64 runs knocked in. Only 23.
You know, when you look at that statue, guys, and I'm just trying to think this out. If you were to ask Jerry of his career,
Popped up off first base.
Right there.
Alonso had trouble locating it. Could hear the dugout yelling right there, "You're okay." One away.
if you were to ask him what he thought would be the most important, thing of his life, it was probably the military.
Oh, he said that, that when he got his gold
Right.
wings as a lieutenant colonel. Yes.
So I think it's very appropriate that the statue is in his pilot gear.
Yep, I agree.
It's great.
I don't think he saw it until today. They kept it totally secret. His wife Maggie was involved, of course, in helping with the decision making with President Tom Garfinkel. First class. Well done.
I hope he enjoyed today. That's what I really hope.
It looked like he did.
I hope he did because, again, Jerry deflects all kind of stuff, and he needs to know how people in this town think about him and how important he is to this community. So.
Colvin takes a strike, but it's a lot to assimilate. You've gone through it, Tony. I think that probably a couple, 3 weeks after the season's over, when he can quietly come down there with his wife and check it all out and live it his way, that he'll be able to appreciate it.
I agree
more.
with you, Dick. I think you're absolutely right. I think he'll hit him a little bit later tonight, I'm sure, but
it's so much.
It is.
You could feel him emotionally all this week building to today. Nervous, anxious, uncomfortable, all of those things. And then you have to give a speech, too. That's not it.
Yeah.
Even
the hard thing for Jerry was when Ted was saying all those great things about him, he couldn't deflect. He couldn't, point to somebody else because all he could do was stand there and listen. And knowing Jerry like I know him, I just know he was churning inside.
1-2 the count to Colvin. Swings and misses, so the out recorded at first base. 2-3 and 2 strikeouts now for Casey Kelly.
When Ted introduced him to approach the podium, Jerry, I could hear what he said. He says, "What do you mean? I have to talk?" Typical Jerry.
Typical.
And that's tough. I hear you're talking about 70 years in baseball, 40 years in San Diego. What do you say?
Yeah.
And he said the right things.
Because by the time you get there, you think, everybody's heard everything that you have to say about everything.
Chris Nelson, a long home run last night, takes ball 1. His 9th homer of the season, and hit a big 3-run homer up in Colorado, that 11-10 game. And he rips that just foul.
Wow. He likes to get extended.
Yeah, he does.
One pitch sticks out in my mind from last night when Brad Boxberger was pitching. And he really got in his kitchen. And that was the at-bat in the 8th inning. The good tailing fastball, and it tied him up, and he popped up to second base.
Yeah, because he's loading early.
Pops that up, out of play.
He wants to get the barrel head out in front. And so if you have anything with any movement running in on his hands, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to get to it. And that's what Boxberger did to him last night. He ran a fastball in on his hands.
1-2. And he gets him with a breaking pitch. Tagged by Grandal. 3 strikeouts in the first 2 innings for Casey Kelly.
Rockies are scoreless in the second. We continue to honor Jerry Coleman all day today, and we're also getting support via social media. Lots of Padres fans chiming in on Twitter. And in fact, we had one great tweet from TDV92. Saw Coleman speak at a luncheon in Ramona as a kid. Changed my life. If I live my life half as good as he has, I will be happy. Thank you for the support, and what an amazing experience that must have been. Send it back upstairs.
All right, Layla, I'm sure you'll have more of those for us as we move through this game on a Saturday night. Jesus Guzman, Yonder Alonso, and Cameron Maben to bat for the Padres here in the second. Guzman, a .303 hitter this year against left-handed pitching. That's why he's in the lineup. Just missed a home run last night. Sent Gonzalez to the wall and left. And falls behind 2 strikes. Alonso waits his turn.
Already this game, Pomerantz has shown he can hit the bottom half of the strike zone. Casey Kelly's got a good breaking ball tonight. He's gotten a couple of punch outs. So.
Hey, pitching in Colorado will make you do that. If you're going to miss down. Yeah, you can go up by design, up around the eyes, around the hat when you're ahead.
Caught looking. First strikeout for Pomerantz. Yonder Alonso, a grand slam in the first inning last night.
It looked like Guzman, Tony, was looking something off speed. That ball's right down the middle of the plate.
Yonder, leading Major League rookies in doubles with 34, a Padre rookie record. Pomerantz obviously not superstitious, carries number 13.
Yeah.
And tomorrow the pitcher will be Alex White, number 6.
Yeah, you don't see too many 13s.
You got to ask for that number.
And then single digit pitchers. Well, that'd be a tough one to. That'd be a good trivia question. Remember, Atlee Hammaker when you were with the Giants was number 7. Only Atlee being left-handed.
Yeah.
Wasn't Davey Concepcion? Did he wear?
He was 13.
He wore 13.
Yes, he was. Omar Vizquel.
Mark Davis.
That's right, Goofy. There's a reason why we called him Goofy.
Yeah. Cy Young Goofy.
Yeah. Boy, he was nails at 89.
Oh, man. All right.
That's brought her glove, and it paid off.
I'm talking about old hats.
As tomorrow's starting pitchers, Andrew Warner and Alex White. Here's last night's grand slam. Just made it in over the left field wall. And that cut the 5-0 lead to 5-4, but that's all the Padres would get as they finished with only 1 for 12 runners in scoring position.
After that first inning, you just thought the Padres were going to, they got back into that 5-0 deficit quickly with the grand slam, and you'd have thought they were, the way they'd been swinging the bat, that they would have got back in it, but last night, just not one of those nights.
Got him to take a weak swing at that one. 2 strikeouts here in the second inning, Guzman and Alonso.
Well, it looks like Pomerantz can change the angle of that breaking ball. Sometimes works around a little bit. That might even been a cut fastball.
It had a little bit of, it was going away from Alonso. You see, he's not real happy about it.
Yeah, on the gun it was 93. So a little bit of late movement there.
Here's Cameron Maben, a 6-game hitting streak. He's raised his average from 211 up to 248 by hitting over 400 in the last month.
Tony, I just noticed that Pomerantz throws a spiked curveball out of his glove when he gets on top. And that means that you would own this guy because you could see
a finger.
You could see the finger spiked up on the curveball when he gets on top.
Good life on that fastball. Since August 19th, almost a full month, Maben leading the National League hitters with a 407 average. Dexter Fowler right there. Watch out. That one slams off a Ray Kroc sign in front of the press box and down into some happy hands.
Oh, he's going to give it to a youngster, it looks like.
A little boy back there in the green shirt. He wanted that one. That was close. Yeah.
All right.
Young girl gets it. The pink.
I'm not sure she knows what to do right now.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Maben. Ooh, he's taken a couple of borderline pitches. Pomerantz thought he had him struck out twice.
Well, that was a fastball just missing the corner, but we mentioned that spike curveball of Pomerantz. And when you freeze it, look at it, there's the knuckle.
There it is.
Up on the baseball.
He does show it, doesn't
he? Yes, he does.
So full count to Maben.
You talk about Maben swinging a bat good here. Really, what happens for a hitter when he's swinging a bat good means he's seeing the ball good and everything is slowing down. So instead of being rushed, you might be able to see that spike curveball or a finger up on a changeup because you're slowing the game down.
And another foul.
He's pounding the zone.
Just watching him work here the first 2 innings, I can't believe he's 1-8, almost 5 ERA.
In the bottom of the 2nd inning, and that pitch count, the next pitch will be number 30. So it's starting to add up.
Another foul. Well, the last 2 starts, to your point, Tony, he's worked 7 innings, and the 2 starts allowed only 1 run. So he's pitched better than his record.
Well, with the system that they've got most of the time, he's only going to go 4 or 5 innings anyway. And if you fall behind early, you get no chance to win and only a chance to lose.
And another.
That was the 9th pitch. 10th pitch coming. This at bat to Maben. It's amazing what a foul ball can do, huh?
The smiles on people's faces. He's rocking the brown Padre hat.
That ball lined to left center field. It's falling in front of Gonzalez. And Maben has the first hit of the ball game. Drops a single into left center.
A great at bat by Cameron Maben. Well, fouling off pitch after pitch till he finally got something he could handle.
He's now 11 for the last 18 against Colorado pitching.
Kind of got it right off the end.
By that swing, Tony, and I saw the grip out of Pomerantz's leg. That almost looked like a changeup.
Yeah, he was out in front, so probably a good chance that it was because he hit it off the end of the bat.
Maben second to Cabrera and steals with 25.
Peeking inside the glove. It is, in fact, a changeup.
Andy Parrino takes ball 1. Parrino, most of his at-bats coming earlier in the year when he was with the big club. 96 at-bats, 18 hits, under 200. But at Tucson, a lusty 328 average.
I'd like to see Andy have a good night in the big leagues tonight, getting started short.
Way outside, 2-0.
Well, we've seen his range. He's made some spectacular plays. He's got a good arm there at short.
Everett Cabrera given the night off, at least as a starter. Well, you could almost feel the sigh of relief from our friends in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The Pirates finally won, hung on today, beating the Cubs 7-6 to end a 7-game losing streak. They've won 11 of the last, or lost 11 of the last 14. Had they lost today, they're back to 500. Fly ball to right, shallow. Here comes the right fielder. Blackman up goes and they collide. And the ball is free and Maven's heading for home. He will score. It's 1-0. And let's hope there's not an injury as Blackman and the second baseman LeMahieu collide. That ball taking the second baseman and right fielder into a collision course. It looks as if LeMahieu may have gotten the worst of it. Wow, that's a body block. That's a football hit.
That's why there has to be communication on that play.
Well, LeMahieu's left shoulder goes right into the left side of the neck of Charlie Blackman.
And that's a tough play. The right fielder has to try to take charge of that play because it's easier for him coming in to make a play than the second baseman going out. And when there's a lack of communication, you have the possibility of things like that happening.
It's also kind of tough, Tony. I mean, nobody knows right field better than you, but those medium fly balls where there's a lot of distance to cover. There's the crowd. You're running.
Because as a right fielder, because Petco is so big, you got a little bit more ground to cover. So you're not sure if you can get to it. And usually by the time you get to where you think you can make a play, it's too late to call off the second baseman. And you can only hope that, that you're going to read it a little bit better and be able to call it quicker. But, when that happens and there's not any communication, there's always a possibility of having that happen. And now, both of these guys look like they're going to be all right, but I can tell you in 2 or 3 innings, they're both going to be hurting a little bit.
Absolutely.
Blackman took it on his left shoulder.
Looks like the collarbone area that the trainer was looking at.
They're going to stay in the game.
Glad both guys are okay.
Absolutely.
Padres grab a break here as with the collision, the ball flies free, and Maven running all the way with 2 outs, able to score from first base. And Parrino an RBI bloop double.
I think of collisions in right center field, right field. The one Carlos Beltran and Mike Cameron, that one year with the Mets. Oh,
remember that?
That was one of the scariest collisions I've ever witnessed.
Good. Charlie Blackman okay. So is DJ LeMahieu, the second baseman. Kelly has a hit and 5 at bats. He can swing the stick because he was drafted as either a shortstop or a pitcher by Boston. And that's a good swing. Outstanding athlete out of high school, Sarasota, Florida. Drafted or recruited rather as a quarterback at University of Tennessee. Two strikes.
Did you do anything other than pitch?
No, and I wish I had because they DH'd for me in high school, and I never played another position.
Yeah, I never pitched, so.
Would you have wanted to?
No.
Really?
I'd love being an everyday guy. As a kid, I played first base, but later on went to the outfield. But I never pitched in a game. I can't remember ever pitching, and it's the hardest thing to do in this game.
Kelly swings and misses, and that's Pomerantz striking out the side in the second, but gives up a single to Maven and a collision course double by Parrino. 1-0 San Diego. Yankees, Dr. Bobby Brown on the left, former American League president Herb Noren, outfielder Charlie Silvestri, catcher, and Don Larson from Point Loma, the perfect game pitcher in the World Series. And Charlie saying, keep smiling, Jerry.
I got to tell you a funny story about that perfect game. We have time? Yeah. Now we're going into 7th or 8th, and finally somebody said, hey, he's got a no-hitter. We never thought about perfect game. And now here comes the 9th inning, and everybody in the bench got an idea. Well, move him all the way down. And Stingle said, gee, Dad, I'm the manager, and I'll tell him where to play. Which he did, of course. But he got a little upset that everybody in the club was going to position the players. You know. So anyway.
Did they talk about no-hitter?
No, we knew in the 9th inning, but we didn't pay any attention to that.
Ground ball sharply by Blackman, who's obviously okay. Swung the bat just fine there, and he's out. Alonso unassisted. Yogi Berra behind the plate, and Berra comes out and gives the bear hug to Don Larson.
I think number 8 was
Duke Snyder.
Yeah, Duke. Nah, you got him.
There's you.
You know, I said that was.
There
really,
you are coming in from second base.
Well, you know, you can't win them all. I mean, I wanted to hit the final home run. It didn't work. In fact, they canceled the game when I hit a home run. Said it's illegal.
You had what, 16?
Yeah, but if I'd had better steroids, I'd had 17. Yeah, I was not a home run.
Whoa, watch out. Casey Kelly almost got that one in the face. Line drive base hit by LeMahieu.
You notice there's 396 to center field, 401 left center, 400 right center. Yankee Stadium was 461 feet to center field, 457 left center, 447, and they're complaining about the distance. They don't know what distance is.
Yeah, but you had that cheap home run down the right field line.
I was right-handed. That was a left-hander.
Okay.
Jerry, weren't the monuments in play at Yankee Stadium out in center field?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I ever saw anybody get behind the monument and catch the ball because that was 461 feet, and they had a tarpaulin out there that was about 25, 30 feet tall. The only guy that if it went over it was Mantle. Never saw anybody else do it.
Well, the ceremony was absolutely beautiful, wonderful.
It was.
It absolutely was. You were a little numb. This whole week has got you a little emotional.
You know, what bothers me is when I start thinking about the past and all of my friends that aren't here, I start to tear a little bit. I got to tell you, I can't get away from that.
Pomeranz trying to bunt his man along. That's a couple of strikes on him.
You know, in 1950, they had an old-timers game at Yankee Stadium, and they had 4 of us, I think, were still alive.
But now, wait, what do you think of the statue? Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's great. I'm out to take it home, put it in the front lawn. That's what I'm going to do with it. I'm staying right
like one of those jockeys, you put in the front yard.
Right there.
Did you know what the statue was going to look like, Jerry?
No, I saw it this afternoon about an hour before you saw it. Never saw it.
Fabulous.
And they were really, I asked somebody, what's the statue going to be? Can't tell you. Well, where's it going to be? Can't tell you. What's wrong with telling me, for heaven's sakes? Was that a sacrifice? I guess it was.
So the move with 2 strikes, Pomeranz able to move the runner along to second with 2 outs, the tying run, and it brings up Dexter Fowler.
You know what I like being in this booth with you guys? Well, it's the only place I could find somebody else with ties. I have my tie on today.
You look great.
Yeah, I know, it's great. I mean, here I am. I never wear a tie when I go to the broadcast on radio.
You've always been GQ, though.
Got to figure what that is.
Look at the right-hander. He's wearing a tie in the radio booth. Bob Scanlon.
Well, he's different. You know, he's young. Gert.
And then Andy's going casual with the golf shirt.
Hey, look at that. I got a jacket on. What am I, nuts? It's 190 degrees out.
Yeah, but you have to dress formally.
That's right. That's exactly right. I got to look good.
1-1. So Silvestri and Brown and Coleman grew up as kids in San Francisco. Joe DiMaggio and was Dominic in that
No,
era?
he came after Joe. He came up, I think, in 41. Joe came up in 36.
But I mean, Dominic was just about in the same age group as you.
No, he's older.
Was he older?
He really was. I mean, when he went to the big leagues, I think in 41, I was still a junior in high school. We were close, you know. Mm-hmm. But the Jolter came up in 36, and the Yankees traded 5 or 6 players for DiMaggio, and everybody said, you're crazy. Well, they weren't crazy.
Fowler takes inside, and the count goes 2-2.
You know, Jerry, I look at the ceremony, and the thing that really sticks out to me is the friendships that you've developed through the years, the old Yankee teammates. And that, to me, is the one thing that's really precious.
I talk to Bobby all the time. I talk to Charlie not as much, but I see him occasionally.
He gets Fowler to chase that breaking ball in the dirt. That's been a very effective weapon for Casey Kelly. 3 of his strikeouts on that pitch down low, a skipper. Gerry Colvin with us, and he'll continue as we move on. Number 42 in the Yankee uniform, number 1 in Padres fans' hearts, is with us here as we go to the last of the 3rd inning. 1-0 Padres.
Well, you know, I'll never forgive Tony Gwynn, who happens to be with us right now. You know why? He hit his 3,000th base hit in Montreal, for heaven's sakes.
You're right.
You could have done it here.
I know. Hey, we talked about it, Jared. You know.
I remember.
He went international on us, huh?
Yeah. The thing with Jerry is that so many times during the course of me knowing him, I sat down and asked him questions about, you know, this and that, how to play the game, you know, how the game has changed. Jerry used to give us tidbits.
Denarthia loops that one toward the line, and it's caught by Cargo Gonzalez. 1 away.
He used to, you know, give us these little tidbits of information that, you know, I told him later on that it helped me so much. He, you know, Jerry never thought it was what he was doing was that important, but really he helped me so much.
Well, they have coaches to do that. That's not my job.
I know, but you know, we used to sit on the bench. We used to sit next to each other on the planes.
Yeah,
we talk about it underneath the dugout when you did your coach's show.
Forsythe, the hitter, he walked the first time. But, you know, as you get to be a senior citizen, it comes with the territory. You can get a little crotchety, you know, in your advancing years.
Me?
Is there anything about this game that bothers you, that if you were commissioner, that you'd like to change?
Oh, I got a lot of things. I can't think of them offhand, but I got a few things I'd change.
Well, we'll invite you to come back when you get that in order.
Let me think of it.
I'm laughing because this is one of those topics that Jerry liked to talk about.
Little blooper that falls into shallow center, and Forsythe joins Maben and Parrino with a scratch single.
You know something? I think Logan is going to be a good hitter. Not pretty good, but good.
I agree.
He's got a chance. I think of all the players out there, except for Huntley, of course, at third, I think he's got a chance to be the best of the group.
Why is that? What do you like about it?
Makes contact. He knows what to do. doesn't strike out a lot.
He plays second base.
Well, yeah, but he needs a little work out there.
There. See, now there's Jerry's pet peeve right there. I'm going to bring it up because we talked about this all the time, about how lazy sometimes infielders can be instead of really working hard and trying to get in front of the ball. And Jerry, since I've been at San Diego State, he's always said, hey, I'll come talk to your infielders about how to play this position the right way. That's what really drives him crazy.
Well, they got different ideas.
And different equipment. The gloves are so big.
Well, you know, I'd like to have these, you know, gloves are restricted in certain distances and width and height. Now, I don't know what it is, but I think what they ought to do is measure a few of those gloves. They look like their first baseman's glove on the second baseman.
Look at that picture. How about those two Hall of Famers?
Yeah, big glove.
Forsythe goes. The throw by Rosario, not in time. Forsythe picks up his 8th steal of the season, so he's in scoring position for Chase Headley.
And the next thing we got to do with Forsythe is make him do the pop-up slide, feet first, where you don't get hurt with your hands, and it happens all the time.
Back with the Yankees, did anyone slide head first?
No. You know who started that? Pete Rose. He really did. He was the guy that went head first everywhere. And, you know, it's easy to slide that way if you don't know how to slide. We used to go out to the beach and slide one side, one other side, and that's how we spent our summers. Go out there and practice sliding on the beach in the sand.
Oh, well. What beach was that in San Francisco?
The only beach you couldn't go in the water was freezing, so we practice sliding on the beach.
That'll make you pop up if you slide into that cold water.
Well, you know, if you slide head first, what happens when the ball goes into center field? Your head's in the dirt, you can't see anything, you can't talk to anybody, you're there stuck. You do a pop-up slide, you see the ball go into center field and take off for third.
Full count on Chase Headley. Surprise.
You know, I'm going to get fired if I keep talking.
No, too late for that, Colonel.
I don't think so,
Too late,
Jerry.
Colonel.
Well, isn't that right, Tony?
I don't think so.
No, you're supposed to say yes.
And ball 4. Ball gets away, and Forsythe moves to third. We told you last night Rosario leads the major leagues. The combination pass balls and wild pitches. It's not his game yet. He's learning to be a catcher. He didn't quite get the gate closed.
Yeah, he didn't squat. You got to learn to squat. It's easy from here, you know that, don't you?
Well, of course. That became a lot easier.
Yeah.
Then they sent you down to manage the Padres. What a great decision that was.
Brilliant. The players were lousy, you know. No, I'll tell you, it was a major mistake on my part. I should never done it, and I made too many glaring errors to ever do it again. Now, if I had Tony Gwynn in the outfield in 3 spots, I wouldn't have been as dumb as I was.
Yasmani Grandal. And a good cut. Fouls it back. He grounded to second his first time. The Padres a chance to pick up another run. They lead 1-0. Runners at the corners. 1 out.
Hey, Grandal, your number 4 hitter. You ought to get something from him. How many out? 1 out. You ought to get the guy in from third. That's the one thing that the Padres don't do a lot of. They got to run a third, and he stays there. You got to get him in. Now, you know what you should do if you know how? I'll tell you in a minute.
Strike. No, he started to go up. Phil CUZZI and caught his right arm on his chest protector.
The worst thing you can do is hit a ground ball to the infield. Double play, inning over. If you start that guy at first base, they can't get the double play, and you get the runner from third.
Pretty good hole over there on the right side to shoot at.
Any place, just hit on the ground. They'll get him in.
2 strikes. That was a called strike by CUZZI. One and 2. Hitters better today than they were in your day, or were the hitters Yankee team better than, say, the Texas Rangers today?
Totally different kind of hitter. You get a runner at third base with less than 2 outs, you got to get him in. There's a way to do it, and if you don't do it, you make a mistake.
Swung on and missed.
But now contact is the key. Make contact. Don't strike out. When you strike out, the runners are frozen.
So CUZZI did not call that second pitch a strike, and it's 1 and 2.
See, that was one of those
2 and 2.
One of those nuggets I learned from Jerry. Is if you just put the ball in play and make the defense get you out, good things can happen.
Good base runner Headley at first, and Forsythe at third. There's Jolton Joe DiMaggio.
You know what that is? Allie Reynolds on the left, Bobby Brown in the back end, DiMaggio, and long ball Coleman. Gene Woodling is above Coleman.
Gene Woodling over there behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
That's a long time ago.
Fouled away by Grandal.
DiMaggio's last year was 51.
Who was everyone thinks Yogi Berra was the character. Was he really?
No, he was a very bright bait. Never made a mistake, ever. He always knew what was going, the amount of strikes. And he and Rashi got along like a couple of Bearcats. And every time I go in to see
Vic Rashi, the right-handed pitcher.
Yeah, 20 game winner 3 or 4 times. And I went and talked to Vic, and he said, that Berra, he was having a fight with Yogi on what the pitch is going to be. But Yogi was a very bright baseball guy, and on bunch he was as good as anybody.
Okay, you're the manager, Jerry Coleman. 3-2
start
pitch,
him,
first
absolutely.
and third. Start him.
Is he a lead foot? I don't know who
No,
it is.
that's
That oh, he can run. Okay, be careful.
And fouled away. He wasn't breaking.
He was backing up when the ball was pitched, so he didn't get a jump.
He was fooled. He thought he was coming to first.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, the batter who has the big Grandal, who's the number 4 hitter, you got to protect him. If he's going to run, you can't strike out. That's the key. Make contact. Right, Anthony?
That's correct.
Hit the ball somewhere.
If you can, back it up and see if you can hit the hole.
He's got a short lead. He's not going to go.
I think that's one of the differences in your era, as I look back as a kid following, the teams of the 50s, is that there was a bit of dishonor when you struck out. Today, it doesn't seem to matter. You strike out,
everybody strikes out a lot. Although Mantle struck out 1,700 times.
Fly ball, shallow in center. That could be trouble. Fowler coming in, and he makes the catch. And the runners have to hold.
Well, he hit it. Let's give him that.
So first and third, 2 outs, and it's up to Jesus Guzman.
All right, Tony. Guzman, last year 320, this year 250. What happened?
I think the biggest difference, he had more playing time last year.
Really? That was the difference? Okay.
It's a little tougher coming off the bench.
Yeah. It's very hard to pinch it or to come in every 3rd day.
Yeah.
Is it true that you had a scholarship to the University of Southern California?
Yeah, my coach in San Francisco had a basketball scholarship for me at USC.
What basketball position? Were you a point guard?
No, I was a good shooter. I mean, I'm not a good shooter. I was quick. I was a forward type. I could have played guard, I guess. But.
And you were a high jumper. How high could you jump in high school?
Oh, I quit in junior high. Yeah, what I did, I hurt my left leg. In fact, there was a growth on the knee of my left leg from practicing high jumping in the gym on mats every day. And I did it when I was growing up, 13, 14. Long time for that stuff.
Should have been 4F.
No, I wasn't looking at that. I'll tell you what, I won the 50, 60-yard CYO sprint of the city when I was a
San
junior.
Francisco sprint champion.
Yeah, but I started to high jump. And when I started to high jump, I lost my speed.
That ball hit well to deep center field. Fowler going back. How well will that go? Touchable! Guzman gives the Padres a 4-0 lead. Number 7 for Guzman. He continues his reputation of wearing out left-handed pitchers.
First at bat, he struck out looking on a fastball. This time, right on a fastball, middle of the plate. A little bit out in front of that, too, but boy, got good wood on that ball. Drove it out and hit it straight away center field.
That was a 400-footer, Tony. I didn't think he had that much juice on the ball, but it kept going and going and going. Nice work.
Yep.
Alonso takes a strike. He struck out the first time.
So now the game shifts from Guzman to Kelly.
Yeah.
Can you hold the 4-run lead?
He's got some runs to work with now.
Yeah,
so
you can make a few mistakes, but you'd like to keep them right where they are.
Right, exactly.
2 or 3 more
throw
innings.
a couple more zeros up there.
Casey Kelly with a smile. You bet. 4-0. So as a kid in San Francisco, Lefty O'Doul was a baseball hero.
He was the manager of the San Francisco Seals. He had Joe DiMaggio, traded him to the Yankees, and then he did pretty well with other players. Dominic was there, Dominic DiMaggio. The DiMaggio boys were big men in San Francisco. But Lefty O'Doul, the great hitter who never got credit for anything, was one of the best hitters in baseball. Nobody knows it.
Well, he ripped up the Pacific Coast League year after year, didn't he? And that was high AAA by today's comparison. Ground ball pulled to the first baseman, Colvin, who holds his ground. And the inning's over, but the Colonel brings a star for Jesus Guzman, a 3-run homer.
I told them what to do.
Yeah. In the off season, would you do me a favor and take me personally over and we look at your statue together?
Well, they should put it in the men's John, I think, somewhere here.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Time's up. Casey Kelly working on a one-hitter has struck out 4 batters. And Josh Rutledge leads it off in the top of the 4th for the Rockies. Then Gonzalez and Rosario. Grounded to third his first time, Rutledge. And another chance for Headley. Time for our AT&T trivia question, and you can bet it's some relation to Jerry Coleman Day. Jerry Coleman named the 1950 World Series most valuable player. Which team did the Yankees defeat in the 50 World Series? We'll have the answer for you in the half inning. It's a little easier because it can only be 8 teams. There were only 8 American and 8 National League teams.
I didn't hear some of the stories Jerry was telling you guys, but one of my favorite stories that Jerry has always shared is that at the end of the year, when he was with the Yankees, he'd want to go in and ask for a raise. And the owners would say, raise? You'll get your playoff money at the end of the year. It was like every single year the Yankees are going to make the playoffs.
That's the bonus.
That's your bonus right there.
Gonzalez, one big hop to Alonso, said I'll take it myself, and 2 quick outs on the ground for Kelly. Here in the 4th inning, that'll bring up Rosario. You saw Dr. Bobby Brown, who has had a very distinguished career. He was an outstanding third baseman with the Yankees. He's here tonight to salute Jerry, and then American League president. There's Dr. Brown, who makes his home in Fort Worth, Texas. Had a chance to chat with him at lunch today, Tony, and of course DiMaggio name comes up every time you talk Yankees. And Dominic DiMaggio, who is the younger brother of Joe, played center field for the Boston Red Sox. And Bobby was saying, you know, it really bothers him that Dominic, remember, he was one of the first players to wear glasses in baseball. isn't in the Hall of Fame. He said, now, I really respected Richie Ashburn. He's a great player, deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. But look at the numbers. He said, Dominic DiMaggio, his only penalty was he was Joe's brother. He was caught in the shadow of Joe.
Ted Williams said the same thing.
That breaking ball working for Kelly today.
Absolutely. He's got some nice bite to it. He's getting up on top, getting good rotation. It's nice also to have Casey Kelly, a little bit of wiggle room out there with the 4 runs.
Ground ball by Alonso into right field. Sounded like he broke his bat. And Rosario has the second Rocky hit.
You got to give Rosario some credit on that. That pitch right there is not even a strike. But the curveball he threw on the pitch before was so good. He's looking for a fastball, and this ball's up at least 3-4 inches off the plate.
Did you see how far back that ball was on contact?
And he just backed it up and hit it in the hole between first and second.
23-year-old, it looks as if they got themselves a prize, and Rosario was a hitter.
Yeah, offensively, he's done great. You know, the problem, again, as a catcher, his defensive responsibilities are going to come first.
And 2 wild pitches.
Yeah,
they charge that to the pitcher, but a good catcher,
absolutely,
it doesn't happen. You block those balls, and he will. I mean, he's got a lot to learn. It's going to be a pretty good lineup when Tulowitzki and Kadire and Helton come back next year. I assume Todd Helton's coming back. We haven't heard otherwise. Colvin struck out swinging the first time.
Change up. Well, he's just got a good feel tonight. The changeup, the curveball working.
And that's what Darren Balsley said before the game. The secondary pitches are a big key to his success. Spotting that fastball and putting the hitters on the defensive.
Two and one. Breaking ball in the dirt. Now, this is the night where Jerry is going to go home, talk with Maggie, his wife, and say, oh, I wish I'd have said this. Didn't you go through that?
Yeah,
I should have. I forgot to
I
say
did.
it. We should have given him a chance to say anything that you like to say now that you forgot to say. Late swing at that fastball.
And you know, the beauty of that ceremony was that it wasn't scripted. Jerry was speaking from the heart. And that's what I find so special.
And that's been Jerry Coleman for 70 years.
And again, he was deflected. He was talking about this Padre team and this Padre coaching staff, the job Buddy Black has done in the front office. Again, he's deflecting off of him to somebody else. Typical Jerry fashion.
Off the outside edge, it's 3-2 to Colvin, so Rosario will have a jump start on this next delivery. Colvin with 18 home runs. Play right field and now first base tonight. Ground ball right at Forsythe. 3 ground ball outs by Casey Kelly, and we've completed 3.5 with the Padres leading 4-0. Padres baseball brought to you by Sequan Casino. Get away for the day at the all-new Sequan Casino, San Diego's destination for casino gaming and excitement. And by your San Diego County Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a luxurious Lexus automobile today. For more information, visit Lexus.com. Beautiful Petco Park on this hot Saturday night. Gerry Coleman night. And there's a wall with Gerry Coleman so that a fan can have his picture taken next to Gerry. There's that single engine dive bombers that he flew. There's the weight load of the bombs alone, those guys were lucky to take off, much less 120 missions. Coming back with holes in the fuselage or into the propeller. He said to come back and there'd be a hole. You only got one. There'd be bullet holes in your propeller.
Unbelievable.
Carlos Torres. So it didn't take long for Jim Tracy to go to the bullpen. This new cockamamie system that the Rockies have for pitching. I don't understand how they justify this. How are you going to build any morale in your pitching staff when you don't get a chance to complete 5 innings and so you can only lose games? Cameron Maybin singled and scored the first Padre run. Came in on that bloop double by Parrino on the collision between second baseman LeMahieu and Blackman in right field. Parrino and then Kelly to follow in the last of the 4th inning. So Pomerantz goes 3 innings, charged with 4 runs, all earned, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
That time, Rosario did a nice job keeping that ball in front. He had a chance to slide over and get that glove on the ground and block that last breaking ball.
Torres appearing in his 26th game. He's 4-2, so he's one of those that in the middle of that pitching rotation, you come in for the starter and you get a chance to win or lose a game.
Yep, they call it the guy who's piggybacking. Carlos Torres piggybacking tonight. There was a fastball, cutter, curve, and a changeup. High 80s, low 90s for the right-hander.
It's just a reverse for him. He could only win and not lose.
Right.
The onus is already on the guy back in the locker room. 1-2.
And Cameron Maybin fouling off pitches again.
He was in part responsible for 67 pitches in 3 innings for Pomerantz. He had a 10-pitch at bat before dropping a single in left field in the 2nd inning. Way outside, 2-2. Well, this homestand and the final game with the Rockies tomorrow noon for Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. Andrew Werner goes for his 3rd win against Alex White, who is 2-8 for Colorado. Another ball in the dirt.
Well, Dick and Tony, I pose you this question. Let's say you're an agent and you have clients on the Rockies who are starters, the pitchers. This has got to be kind of a concern.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, personally speaking, when it comes to offseason arbitration, negotiations, it's all based on numbers.
Luckily for the Rockies, a lot of these guys don't fit that criteria yet. Pomerantz, Alex White.
Right.
That ball grounded sharply to third. Backing up is Nelson and able to get Maybin by a stride. 1 away, and Parrino the hitter. And we remind you can still subscribe to MLB.TV and take advantage of the new low pricing late in the season. See every remaining Padres out-of-market game live online on your favorite devices, all in HD. Visit Padres.com to order. MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere.
There's a future big leaguer. Shoot, rock, fire, kid.
Pretty good hose on that young man. Parrino flips that one foul down into the left field box seats, and his last time up sent a blooper to right, and that brought LeMahieu, the second baseman, and Blackman together. Oh, I'm just shocked that Blackman wasn't seriously injured.
Both guys.
Yeah, you could have separated the left shoulder, LeMahieu, and Blackmore trainer testing his neck. Padres, after tomorrow's final game against the Rockies, will have Monday to travel to Arizona and open a 3-game series against the D-backs Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday afternoon in Phoenix, and then to San Francisco for 3. Rockies go to San Francisco on Monday. Giants are at Arizona tonight. They're in the 6th inning, and San Francisco leads the D-backs 3-1. St. Louis over the Dodgers 2-1 in the 3rd. Off the glove of Torres, scrambles and throws, not in time. Parrino has 2 hits.
Good reaction there by Torres. This ball hit right back up the middle. Gets a glove on it. Can't hold on to it, and by the time he picks it up and throws, Parrino's got himself an infield knock.
Yeah, finally getting a chance to start. Parrino delivers. A bloop double for an RBI, and that line drive single off the pitcher Torres' glove. And we'll see if Casey Kelly's up there to sacrifice. 4-0 Padres here in the 4th.
Casey Kelly, this is exactly what you want, an opportunity to get a bunt down, get the runner in scoring position.
Bunt that ball down that first base line.
Get the job done, go sit down. You're ready for your next half.
That's what I always like to say, Tony and Dick. The chance to get it done quickly and efficiently, 1-2 pitches. It was always good at that. Greg Maddux.
Oh, yeah.
It was textbook. He'd go up there the first pitch, bang. Sacrifice, back to the dugout, good rest, let the other guys do the damage.
Yep. When a chance came for him to swing the bat and help himself, he could do that too.
Torres, a collegian at Kansas State, then transferred to San Jose State, makes his home here in San Diego in the offseason. He'll be 30 in October. And a good bunt. Parrino into second base. Successful sacrifice. And time now for our AT&T trivia question. Don't flip the answer up there quite yet. Who did the Yankees play when Coleman was the MVP in 1950? It has to be either the Giants or the Dodgers. I'm guessing the Dodgers.
I'd have to guess right there with you.
And that's why we don't. What do we know about hockey? The Phillies, that's right. Robin Roberts and Ashburn and that crew. They were the Whiz Kids in 1950.
Robin Roberts, what a nicest
pitcher,
one of the nicest men you ever want to meet.
Oh, whoops. Uh-oh. That one gets to Norfia, and he is in pain. Just those fragile series of bones in the wrist and hand. What's the delay here? Is there some doubt as to whether or not he was hit?
Is he saying he wasn't hit?
No.
Goes to first base.
I kind of thought for a millisecond there that he was telling Chris Norfia, hey, you swung at that. Let's take a look. Ooh. Did it hit the knob of the
hand and the knob?
Probably pinched his hand, because a lot of guys like to hold their hand over a little bit of the knob, so sometimes umpires are going to have a hard time determining whether that's hit the knob of the bat, or hit him on the side of his hand.
Paul Navarro, the assistant trainer. Bud Black making sure that Denorfia is okay.
You can hear some of the fans behind the dugout with some of their, it's not bleeding, let's go, And you're standing there on first base and you just had your hand pinched.
Yeah.
And you don't want to show fans, hey, that hurt. You try to tough it out, try to be macho. Now the umpires.
Oh, now they're having a discussion, Tony.
Going to have this discussion again. A lot of hitters like to hold the knob, hold their hand over the knob, so they're going to have a hard time determining whether it hits the knob of the bat or hits his hand.
Well, Jim Tracy's going to claim that this was a foul ball because it hit the knob of the bat.
But it also hit his hand at the same time. Mild-mannered Tracy, carefully making his point.
Trying to make his point. This ball went straight down.
Ooh.
Well, if it didn't hit his hand, polish up an Oscar award for Denorfia for acting, as he certainly acted the part that you don't. There was no hesitation in his wincing in pain.
I think it got some of his hand.
So 2 on, 2 out here in the 4th inning. The Padres with a chance to add to their 4-0 advantage. Here's Logan Forsythe, a walk and a single, and he scored. So in our pick the stick, he's, too late for me. I was said, why didn't I pick a second baseman, Jerry Coleman? Because this, I think, wasn't it Sweeney that took Forsythe? Good selection.
Yeah.
He walked, that's a point. He got a hit, that's 2. He scored, that's 3. And he's still on the base, that's 4 points. And he's got a chance for more with 2 men on.
Yeah, we're only in the 4th inning.
And I think you should get a point, quite frankly, if you get hit by pitch. Because that's my guy.
Should. Well, next year we're going to.
That's your guy.
Forsythe is your. Oh,
no,
Denorfia.
You take one for the team, you deserve a point.
You get on base, yeah.
We're going to have to change that rule next year. We could revolt,
When did the pick a stick? When did that start? You guys start that in
this
June?
year? Spring
May?
I think it was spring.
Oh, you started at the beginning of the year.
No, I think it was the beginning of the year, wasn't it, Dick?
It was Alex Cartwright back in 18.
Because if you started at the beginning of the year, it was kind of.
It was the beginning.
The action was kind of slow at the beginning.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We were all tied for 0 in April.
And then, boy, did it start to pick up. And then, since the All-Star break, has been outstanding. Dick, you've been really good at it.
Well, it's really luck. And you just, how can you predict? That's, in fact, I've had my best luck picking last.
Really?
Everyone else, the other, and that just drops in your lap. When you get the first pick, often, you can't score at all.
You know when the professor was off and running is when he was not doing a game and Andy Mazur picked Anthony Bass.
Yeah, we all fainted.
And he hit that triple.
So they knocked in 2 or 3 runs plus the triple, so it's like a 6-7 points. So Andy, he's the genius. Andy is.
Well, since I started doing games, I sit here and watch batting practice. I'd look for who was swinging the bat good, doing a lot of things right. Which is why, I love Yonder Alonso. I watch him hit every day. And you just think he's always the guy that can just bust out and have a big day.
3-1. Ooh, good cut. He got something he liked.
Oh, wow. It's a one-horse race.
Well, I can't, I don't want to count my chickens. I was taught as a farm kid, got to wait till it's over. But whoever wins, I just know it's going to be a terrific prize, don't you? I mean, you think, what do you think? Is it going to be
I think it's a lifetime subscription to Good Housekeeping.
A Piaget watch, or I'm thinking maybe convertible. I mean, Lexus, keys to the game. I'm thinking maybe Lexus convertible. It's going to be so exciting, when they announce that at the end. Would that be like fan appreciation?
I'll tell you what, if you win this thing, I'm going to show up to your house in La Jolla with something really special.
Is it going to be in a bag, or are you going to be driving it? That's a nice lid.
Hat. You guys were styling today with the
I like
hats.
your hat, Professor.
Oh, thank you. That came all the way from London and Wimbledon. I bought that one. Wake up now. Wake up. Full count. The runner is off. And a looper over first, and Colvin can get it. That time didn't have enough juice behind it to drop in And the Padres are out in the fourth. It's still 4-0.
Park Padres leading the Rockies 4-0, and one of his childhood friends, fellow veterans, and teammates. Such an amazing coincidence. Dr. Bobby Brown joining us. Did you think that when you were a childhood friend of Gerry Coleman that you would be able to share all of these experiences with him leading up to today?
Well, of course, you never have any ideas that that's going to happen. You would wish that perhaps it might. We were in different high schools in San Francisco, but we played with each other on the weekends, and we played enough on teams together that we both had hopes that we would make Major League Baseball players, and the idea that we would make them in tandem and go to the same team and be together is, of course, is really a miracle in a sense that it just doesn't happen very often. And of course, there was a third person too, Charlie Silvera, who was our age and a catcher, and he was with us on the Sunday games, and he too got to the Yankees, and the three of us were there for years.
To be a part of today, to see Gerry honored in the way he was, what does that mean to you?
Well, of course, you know that we've been aware of what his service meant to both him and the country. And it was he has been recognized in the past by the Marines and different organizations for the great service that he did. So it was really almost a culmination of a career to have this kind of a day put together where everything could be recognized as his youth, his baseball career as a player, his baseball career as an announcer, and a veteran of World War II and the Korean War, and I think it's all in one package with a statue, and it couldn't have been better.
What is your favorite memory or maybe experience you shared with Gerry?
Oh, I don't know. I've always talked to him about he got the key hit in the 1949 series against Boston on the last day that triple with the bases loaded that sunk the Red Sox, and it was not the hardest hit ball in the history, but I'll tell you, it was the best placement of a ball that was ever hit. And by the time they ran it down, we had 3 runs and the pennant.
A true Yankee, bringing up a fellow Yankee versus Red Sox memory. Dr. Bobby Brown, thank you so much for making the trip and sharing your memories with us.
It's been a delight. It really has. Truly a delight, and I'm just so pleased that I was part of it.
Well, thank you for your time. We'll send it back upstairs. Dick, Mark, and Tony. Guys.
Thank you, Layla. He's an elegant man, Dr. Bobby Brown. And a couple of singles here in the 5th inning that would be Gerry Coleman-like. Seeing eye through that right side. In the dirt, he went around. B.J. LeMahieu, he singled up the middle the first time. So first and third with no one out for the Rockies. Their best threat to score against Casey Kelly.
Dr. Bobby Brown, a heart surgeon, correct?
I think
after
he
his
is,
playing
yes.
days?
Yep.
Wow.
Imagine, here you've got the Colonel, a war hero, a man about studying medicine at the same time that he was playing with the Yankees. LeMahieu, part of the College World Series champions at LSU. This year, a month ago in August, one game, 12 assists for LeMahieu at second base. A record owned by several players. That's 4 innings of outs.
Yeah.
Chases again. Runner goes. Throw through. And they get him. Forsythe with a slap tag. A double play. Strikeout. Throw him out. That's the way to get out of a jam. Another pitch in the dirt swung at by the Rockies.
Tell you, the curveball for Casey Kelly tonight is some kind of nice on the young right-hander's hand. Here it is up top. Snap it off. And Grandal, the ball kind of juggled around a little bit. The high throw. And Logan Forsythe very quick to the baseball and down to get him perfectly.
Yep. Blackman tried to delay steal right there. Grandal did a great job of blocking that ball and coming up with it. Strong throw, great tag at second.
Yeah, that curveball is biting like a mule tonight.
Fastball not bad either. 92 paints the outside corner, and he jumps in front of the pitcher Torres. 2 strikes. And a ball in the dirt again. The throw to first just in time. Wow. The Rockies have chased bouncing breaking balls throughout this game, and he pitches out of first and third, no one out. Reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Chase Hadley, then Yasmani Grandal and Jesus Guzman in the 5th inning against Carlos Torres. Guzman with a 3-run homer, the big blow in the game tonight. Icing that hand is Chris Denorfia. We'll see if he's going to be able to continue. Hadley has grounded to short, walked and scored. Turns it around, hits left-handed for the first time tonight. Yeah, the Padres and the Rockies dead even 8-8 on the season with tonight and tomorrow to go. They finished 9-9 last year. One and two the count.
Straight fastballs and cutters into the lefties.
Straight was a cutter. That last pitch was fastball away.
Just remarkable how many Colorado Rockies have struck out on balls that have bounced in. That curveball must look really good halfway to the plate.
Yeah, absolutely. When you've got 2 strikes on you, you've got to protect, at least try to foul it off. They're having a tough time.
I mean, that was a golden opportunity. First and third, no one out, and Kelly gets out of it by striking out LeMahieu on a ball in the dirt, and then Grandal throwing out. Blockman trying to delayed steal. Foul at the plate, and it remains 3-2 on full count.
Grandal made the job a whole lot easier with that block and throw. Forsythe splitting and slapping the tag down. And, you go from first and third, nobody out, to a man on third and 2 outs. And now you got an easier chance to get out of the inning and be able to do it.
Struck him out.
Well, tomorrow, final game of the series, these Padres and Rockies are going to go at it, and it's Lucha Libre Day right here at Petco Park. Come to the park at the park for a special meet and greet and autograph session with El Hijo del Santo and the Blue Demon from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Get your tickets now, Padres.com. If you're watching at home, or get on the horn and call 619-795-5555. You see Pomeranz and Sweeney there.
Yes, in disguise. That's a good-looking curveball from Torres to Grandal, who was grounded to second and fly to center. Hitting left-handed for the first time.
One thing I wish I could. I'm going to do this. Eddie Ortega has always invited me to go to Tijuana during the offseason to watch the Lucha Libre matches, and I've yet to do it, but I've got to. What better guy to go down to Tijuana for a Lucha Libre match than Eddie Ortega?
The Spanish voice of the Padres. He's going to be doing the World Series again this year. Highly regarded internationally.
There he is. The Cuidado Kid. Cuidado, Eddie.
Excited.
How do you feel, Marcos? How are you feeling?
He's the best.
And, of course, Juan Avila. Huevo Buenos.
Up the middle. That one skips into center field for a base hit. Padres have their 6th hit of the night, just like we promised earlier in the game. Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. And how about Jesus Guzman going deep to center field with 2 men aboard in the 3rd. Number 7 on the season for Guzman as he knocks in his 39th, 40th, and 41st runs and takes a 1-0 lead to 4-0.
Yeah. Big hit right there.
1-out single by Grandal here in the 5th. In there because the starter, Drew Pomeranz, a lefty, and Guzman getting his chance to start, but now having to face the right-hander Torres. And it's 1-1.
That's a good pitch there. That's the cutter, righty on righty, that starts in off the plate and then catches the inside corner. And the right-handed hitter, like Guzman did, they'll give up on that. Good pitch. Tell it's warm down there on that field. 83 degrees at first pitch.
Supposed to cool off tomorrow. Let's hope, huh?
Yeah.
Right center field. That's going to fall. And Grandal will hold at second base. Guzman 2 for 3.
Again, another nice short swing right there by Guzman. Didn't try to pull it. Backs that ball up and goes the other way. Drops it in front of Blackman out in right field.
You know, I like that, and you can elaborate on this, Tony, but how Jesus Guzman has tailored his swing according to the count and where the pitch is. Right? It's just not a one type of swing. You know, trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Going the other way nicely like he did on that pitch.
Well, look at his night tonight. First time up, he struck out looking, took a fastball right there. Next time up, got a fastball right there, didn't take it this time. Puts a good swing on it, hits it out to center field. And, you know, they know he's just gone deep his last at bat. That's just good hit. Hit the ball the other way, got a base hit.
Alonso with one out, 2 mates aboard. Goes after the first pitch. He has struck out and grounded out tonight. There's the yacker.
That first pitch looked like a cross-up right there.
Rosario out to talk with his pitcher, Torres.
Rosario was looking for something else.
Tell you,
Got the breaking ball. He made a nice stop just to even catch it.
Absolutely, Tony.
Now, you're the catcher. You're looking for a fastball. And all of a sudden, you get a breaking ball. You see him come up out of his crouch. Well, he's lucky to even catch that.
Grandal at second, Guzman at first with 1 gone. That's in there. Fastball. Chance to add to the 4-0 advantage. The Padres here in the home half of the 5th inning. Struck him out. Overpowered him there. Second strikeout in the inning by Torres. Brings up Cameron Maben.
This time he doesn't throw a ball in the strike zone. He goes up the ladder, not trying to throw a strike. And the hitter gets defensive.
Maben singled and scored in the second. Grounded to third his last time. Another ball in the dirt, blocked by Rosario. How great was the timing by the Marine fighter jets at the end of the ceremony today?
Perfect.
That was really just another element of the whole presentation here on Jerry Coleman day and night that made it a day and night to remember. High fly ball, routine into right field. Blackman there. And the Padres got a couple of hits in the 5th, but nothing on the board. It remains 4-0. Poe doing more on defense. Grandal with a good scoop. Fires to second. Nails the runner. Blackman. And it's a strikeout. Throw him out. Great tag by Forsythe right on the spikes. And And that took Kelly out of a first and third no one out situation, and he moves into the 6th inning working on a 4-0 shutout. Well, we've seen both sides of young Casey Kelly. His debut against Atlanta, 6 shutout innings with his dad here celebrating his birthday, and then a rough outing when the Rockies rocked him for 7 runs in the 3rd inning. Then he settled and pitched a couple of good innings, and then his last outing was a little off balance, didn't have the kind of stuff we're seeing tonight. Now he comes back with a Casey Kelly that the Padres feel will be a pitcher in the future for this ball club. Dexter Fowler leads it off.
First pitch changeup. That's pitching there, kid.
He's got a dandy tonight. Changeup's good. The breaking ball's good. He's been able to locate his fastball.
And it makes sense. 3rd time around now for Fowler, right? He's probably looking for the number 1, but Kelly pulls the string. And it's like Darren Balsley planned. Getting ahead, just locating the and then finishing him off with the curveball. That's exactly what Casey Kelly has done this evening.
Oh, shatters the bat. Kelly to Alonso for the out.
A grown man swung that bat. Oh my gosh. You talk about getting in a kitchen? He got in the pantry.
Fowler's elbows are still shattered.
Oh.
It's in there.
And as a pitcher, you love that.
Oh, absolutely. I know. As a hitter, that's the last thing that you want to happen is to get beat that bad.
So it went out to Josh Rutledge, the shortstop. He's grounded twice to Headley at 3rd.
Yeah, just thought of another Jerry story because Andy Mazer on the big screen in between innings mentioned that Jerry got his pilot's license before he got his driver's license. Right? Tony, you were on this flight, I think. We were going through some serious turbulence. I mean, it was, I forgot where we were going, East Coast. And the plane is just jumping. I mean, the wings are flapping. And guys are going, oh, guys are like coming out of their chair and they're you know, guys are, you know, losing their lunch.
Yeah, like
dinner,
me. Like me,
right?
especially.
And you know, you look up at Jerry in his seat. Just calm, cool, and collected. You know?
Room service ground ball to first baseman Alonso for the 2nd out. Well, our San Diego Credit Union factoid of the game, and well, we wish we had about 4 more panels to salute the great career of Jerry Coleman. Debuted with the Yankees in '49, Rookie of the Year that year, 50 World Series MVP, only MLB player to see combat in 2 different wars. Ted Williams did not fight in World War II, but did fly in the Korean War combat missions. 1980 Padres manager into the Cooperstown Hall of Fame, the announcers wing, the Ford Frick Award, and on and on and on and on. And his familiar refrain to hang a star on a great play, an O Doctor punctuation mark. Gonzalez has struck out and grounded out. A lot of ground ball outs for Casey Kelly and a lot of strikeouts on ground balls thrown to the plate.
That means he's got late movement on the changeup or the fastball to have that hit it onto the ground and then put him away with that curveball. Well, changeup coming in a little hot, or maybe he changed. Just kind of took a little bit off. That was 89, maybe a 2-seam fastball.
I think that was a changeup. I think you're right.
Yeah?
Yep. I think he's got his juices going tonight. He's got a good fastball. He just turned that last one over. There it is
and
again.
Another ground ball. Just leads Alonso to the bag. How about that for an easy inning? Ball never got more than 90 feet. 3 ground ball outs.
I've never been one to expose or expound on what I did as a player. I mean, you know, the war, it's like they make a hero out of you. You know who the heroes are in the war?
Who's that?
They're all dead.
Right.
Those are the heroes. Makes me cry a little bit thinking about it because I knew a lot of them.
Just imagine the memories he's had to repress in the war years. I mean, it's unimaginable what he saw. And he tells the story of a fellow pilot that he saw shot down and had to confirm to his wife in New York that, yes, I did see your husband die in a crash. And that was one of many. And for him to 120 missions, combat missions, to survive them all. It's God's blessing to us. Parrino 2 for 2. Luke doubled, knocked in a run on the collision between second baseman LeMahieu and Blackman back in the second inning. That got Maben home from first for the first run of the game, and then a line drive off the glove of Torres for a base hit his last time. He flies this one back of short. Rutledge out. Gonzalez calls him off in left field. One away. New pitcher is Edgmer Escalona. Just his 14th game, one of those called up late in the season. The ERA, of which he's not proud, but with limited innings, that sometimes it's just a 3 or 4 run inning and you're up around 10.
Yeah, he has spent most of the last couple of years in AAA, 25 years old, fastball, slider, and a change. Mid-90s.
Kelly struck out the first time, sacrificed. Takes a strike. 4-0 Padres here in the last of the 6th inning. Jammed him. 1-3 on the putout. 2 gone here in the 6th. Top of the order, Denorfia the batter. And a reminder to be with the Padres as they play the Giants next Friday, well, actually a week from Friday, the September 28th. It'll be Hispanic Heritage Night presented by Verizon. It's a 7:05 game against the Giants. Get to the park at the park early, a Friday night pregame party with music, art, culture, and fun for the whole family. Tickets now at Padres.com or call 619-795-5555. Couple of fly ball outs and hit by a pitch to Denorfia tonight. Talking with some of the folks in the front office at the luncheon today, and so encouraged by the response by you Padre fans to next year already with the new management, the way this young club is playing, that the season ticket renewals are way ahead of last year. People are
That's great.
buying in, and well, they should. It's great news. Swing and a miss, 3 pitches, and Denorfia is gone. Easy inning for Escalona. First time the Padres have been retired in order.
Mark Sweeney, Mike Pomeranz with you. When we see you in the post-game show, got to talk about the night Casey Kelly's putting together.
Yeah, it's all about his first start in Atlanta tonight. He looks exactly like that. He's driving the baseball down with movement with his fastball, also mixing in his breaking ball and his changeup. Nice night for Casey Kelly.
So we'll break him down as well. We'll talk about all the scoring that has taken place, how it happened, how the team seems to be back on track after a tough one yesterday. Also in the post-game show, we're going to recap what was a wonderful ceremony for the Colonel, Jerry Coleman. We'll have all of that, including some great interview footage, and you'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black. We'll see you guys after the last hour.
All right, Mike and Mark, and for those of you who tuned in late and were not privy to enjoying the ceremony, saluting Jerry Coleman, we invite you to stay tuned. It was very special and emotional. Bud Black was there. They introduced some of Jerry's former teammates with the Yankees. Don Larson from Point Loma was on hand. Charlie Silvera, the catcher of the Yankees. Dr. Bobby Brown, the third baseman. Same infield with Jerry at second base. Herb Nolan. Resident of San Diego County. Now there's that breaking pitch, and that bent the knees of Rosario.
Oh, he's got a knee buckler.
Rosario singled to right field. It's one of 4 hits. 3 of the 4 hits have been ground ball singles through the right side. This one is aimed right at shortstop PARRINO. Bobbles, and safe on the air is Rosario. Couldn't find it between his legs. Had time to get Rosario, but haste makes waste, and E6.
Here's one of the things as an infielder, you want to catch that ball coming forward. You don't want to let it beat you and get deep on you. And you see that ball bounced up, hit him in the heel. It got deep on him where he didn't have room to really move his hands. We're talking about the Colonel. That's what he talked about all the time. You want to catch that ball coming forward. You want to catch it coming forward so you get it in rhythm.
So an error leads off the 7th inning, and now back up the middle, a base hit to center field as Tyler Colvin makes it first and second, and a danger spot here in the 7th inning. The Rockies a swing away from getting right back in this game. Interesting. All the hits except for LeMahieu, that was a line drive to center. All the rest of the hits for the Rockies, ground ball singles. But they get an extra out here in the 7th. And stepping in is Chris Nelson. He has a single to right field.
We talk about making good pitches right here. So Casey Kelly needs to bear down, make one good pitch. Hopefully get a double play ball.
In the dirt, ball 1. Kelly came into this inning with only 70 pitches through 6 innings. 76 now. So it's been a very efficient effort for the young right-hander.
One other thing I think, guys, that Casey Kelly possesses, it doesn't seem to get rattled out there. He keeps good demeanor on the mound, good poise out on the mound.
Line drive into the alley, left center field. Over to try to cut it off is Maben. Able to block it. Here comes one run, and here comes the relay, and they'll hold the second runner at third. It's 4-1 as Nelson with a double to left center field. And the Rockies on the board here in the 7th inning. Rosario coming around to score from second, and Colvin held at third. Good play by Maben. If that ball gets to the wall, they score a second run.
Yeah. The ball was up. And Nelson, it's a good swing on. Maben does a nice job of cutting that ball off and getting it back in. Rockies are on the board.
Joe Thatcher and Brad Brock throwing in the bullpen for San Diego. Darren Bowlesley out to talk with Casey Kelly. And the hitter is Charlie Blackmon. He has a single in 2 trips. Still no one out, second and third.
You know, the one thing that sticks out to me regarding Chris Nelson is that he really hasn't missed many mistakes in the zone.
In the zone.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's a fastball hitter.
That ball there was elevated up and away, got extended.
Infield will play back. They'll trade an out for a run. Sharply hit into right field. That'll score another. It's 4-2. Nelson has to hold at third on a sharp single by Blackman. He got his first major league hit here at Petco Park last year. 2 for 3 tonight. He had a home run last night. Still no one out. And the tying run on at first base in the form of Blackman. Nelson moves over to third, and LeMahieu the hitter.
Looked like Blackman sitting all on first pitch changeup right there. He was right on it.
Here comes Buddy Black, and that apparently is going to be all for Casey Kelly. Well, things moving smoothly along through 6 innings, just 4 base hits, all singles, but the error by Parrino at short opens the gates, and the Rockies charging through have made it a 4-2 game. Have the tying run aboard as Brad Brock beckoned in from the bullpen. Kelly gets a nice hand, well earned as he leads.
Baseball brought to you by Petco, where the healthy pets go.
And welcome back to Petco Park, an uprising by the Rockies here in the top of the 7th inning. Rosario safe on the air by Parrino, single by Colvin, RBI double Nelson, RBI single Blackman. As Casey Kelly goes 6+, 2 runs charged to his account, 1 of those earned, 7 hits, no walks. Padres didn't walk a batter last night, and no walks by Kelly tonight. Brad Brock takes over. And LeMahieu, a single, and he struck out into a double play. The number 8 hitter. Infield back. This is where they're looking for that ground ball.
Yeah. I'm going to get a ground ball right here.
Jordan Pacheco is on deck. Fly ball, right field. That's deep enough to get another run in. DeNorfia squares it up, and this throws into second base. It's 4-3. LeMahieu's 15th RBI of the season. And that gets Nelson home. 3rd run of the inning. Finally 1 out. And here's the pinch hitter, Jordan Pacheco. One-run game, tying run at first with 1 out. Pacheco has been a tough out, 305 hitter. 4 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Pacheco and Rutledge and Rosario, all rookies, and they can all hit.
Pacheco, this is a situation where he'll look to hit a ball to the right side here.
2 for 4 as a pinch hitter.
Blackman can run a little bit.
Throws it away, and that caroms all the way out into right field. Forsythe and DeNorfia race after it. DeNorfia will get it in, and that Wild throw by Brock. Second error in the inning, and that puts the tying run in scoring position. Now the Padres one bad inning last night. It came early, the first inning when they scored 5. That's when into the runner, and Alonso unable to catch the ball.
Yeah, it looked like that Brad Brock really didn't square up towards first base, kind of threw across his body, therefore throwing off his release point. Some Jerry Coleman fans there.
Not referring to the error by Brock, most certainly. This Rocky team, it's hard to believe that they're in last place the way they're playing against the Padres. They were tough in Denver the last series, taking 2 out of 3. The only series the Padres have lost of late. They win last night 7-4, and Jim Tracy's gang within a run now, and they got the tying run out at second base. And the count goes 2-0 to Pacheco.
Casey Kelly was just rolling along, not seeming to have any problems until the error started this in and off. 3 straight hits, sac fly.
Now another error to put the runner in scoring position. Pops him up. Off third, Headley. So the inning should be over. But with the error, the 4th out yet to be made, and Dexter Fowler, the leadoff man, steps up. Fowler against Kelly, flied out, struck out, and shattered a bat on a little comebacker to the pitcher. Padres and the Rockies are the bottom 2 teams in fielding in the National League. Most errors made. A couple charged to the Padres here, and a high fly ball to left field. Guzman calling for it, and the inning is over. But Rockies get 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and it's a 4-3 game. Cut by the 3 by the Rockies in the top of the 7th. A reminder, college football returning to Fox Sports San Diego. If you missed the Pac-12 today, don't worry. Catch a late night showing. USC Stanford tonight at 10:30. 10:30 tonight, the Trojans and the Cardinal. College football all season long on Fox Sports San Diego.
Right, Professor, who are the Chippewas playing this week?
Well, we're off this week. We're licking our wounds. Michigan State took it to us. Get ready for the MAC schedule. Will Harris, the fourth pitcher used by Jim Tracy tonight. He'll face Forsythe, Headley, and Grandal. Another call up. Forsythe walked, singled, and scored, and popped up. 2 strikes, the count on Forsythe. Will Harris is from another product of LSU, and your favorite last name pitcher, Josh Outman, getting ready.
He's got the old school stirrups working too. Outman does. Look at that. Straight 1975 Pony League. You know what I'm talking about, Tony?
Yeah, I do. We all used to get those socks. They used to standard issue right there.
Dick, I saw a picture of you now coaching up in San Fernando Valley State, rocking the stirrups now.
Yeah, not that high.
No.
That's a little too high.
You were
for
showing
my
some
taste.
stripes.
Yeah. Bring those the pants down about mid-calf.
You had them bloused nicely, you know.
Oh, yeah. Inside out, you know, with the sanitary socks. Today it's so easy to dress. You know, took a half hour to put your uniform on. And you know the toughest part about coaching for me, coaching college at Cal State Northridge, hitting infield and that final pop up to the catcher.
Oh yeah.
And you're just afraid you're going to hit it over the center field fence or hit it in the crowd somewhere. Right field, and line drive, charged and played on a hop by Blackman, and Logan Forsythe, the night to salute the second baseman Coleman, and Forsythe, the Padres' second sacker, is 2 for 3.
He just does a lot of things right. Little slider, doesn't try to pull it, goes right with it, fights it off in the right field. Drops it in front of Blackman there, and now he's a threat to go. You got Headley coming up to the plate. He just does a lot of things right.
Padres trying to get some of those runs back after the Rockies cut into the 4-0 lead. 4-3 now in the home half of the 7th. Headley has grounded to short, walked and scored, and struck out swinging. Tough to get a read on the Rockies pitchers because you're facing a different one every time you come to bat.
Well, again, that's September baseball.
This is the 10th different pitcher that the Padres have seen in 2 games.
27-year-old rookie, Will Harris. Hadn't pitched higher above A ball until this year.
Angel.
1-1.
That's it. 1 count, 1-0.
Harris was a 9th round pick 6 years ago out of LSU. High strike, 1-2. He missed all of the 2010 season. Was injured. And then came back and worked last year for the Modesto Nuts. What's the Phillies? The Iron Pigs or something?
Iron Pigs, yeah.
That's another one.
The Lehigh Valley, I think. Iron Pigs.
Sounds like an Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah.
Who do you play for, Nuts?
I think there's a team in Lansing, Michigan, the Lug Nuts.
Lug Nuts, yeah.
That's a
be
good
confused with the Modesto Nuts.
Right. Nuts. Do they is that like pistachio country up there or something? Or
yeah, I think so.
Nut country?
Like almonds and probably walnuts as well. Now you don't want to eat those lug nuts though. Those are tough on the teeth.
Indigestion.
Yeah. 2-2 to Headley. Fly ball Cargo in left. One away. Yasmani Grandal, single in 3 trips, is the hitter. Well, again tomorrow noon for Padres Live here on Fox Sports San Diego. 1 o'clock game, Military Sunday, saluting the Air Force. Andrew Warner done a terrific job, 2-1 with a 2.59 ERA. Will hurl against Alex White. White is 2-8, former University of North Carolina star. Came over in the trade. There's Andrew Warner for Ubaldo Jimenez with tonight's starter Drew Pomeranz from Cleveland. That's tomorrow noon, Padres Live. You know, with all these different pitches for the Rockies, you think back now, we're going back when the high school days where you had the dance night on Friday night after the game. You know, you had the dance. And, you know, you kind of hung around on the wall and you didn't really want to ask anyone to dance. And then the teachers come over and say, you know, Betty over there, you know, somebody ought to ask her to dance. Did you try to dance with Sally? And it's like, you know, 10 different people. You're dancing with somebody new every inning here with these Rockies. Grandal singled his last time up. Bounced one up the middle. 1-1 the count. 4-3. Padres lead it here in the last of the 7th. Red Black's bullpen is well rested with the off day. And Luke Gregerson has had a couple days off, as has Thatcher and Dale Thayer.
Yeah, Buddy said before the game the only 2 guys you probably won't see is Bass and Boxberger.
Runner goes and fouled away.
Everybody else good to go.
Good jump there by Logan Forsythe.
Padres looking at a win that would get them to 70 victories this year.
That's quite an accomplishment.
After that horrendous start April, May. Meanwhile, St. Louis leading the Dodgers 3-2 in the 6th. Giants have won again. They beat Arizona 3-2. Up high, should the Padres pull out a victory tonight, they'll only be a game and a half out of 3rd place. And going to Arizona for 3 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Two balls, 2 strikes. Grandal the hitter. Up to the moment with the Giants winning. Dodgers trailing by 1 to St. Louis. There's Arizona and San Diego. Arizona is now 11.5. That's not updated. They're 11.5 back.
Boy, that would be something. Hold on to this one and get close to Arizona. And that'll be a great series in Arizona.
Yeah.
They've got their best pitchers lined up for the series. We'll run down the matchups. 2-2 again. Grandal. That ball down in the dirt. Full count.
Good recognition right there by Grandal on the curveball.
Good at bat by Grandal.
The Arizona series, Stoltz will draw Ian Kennedy. Wednesday, it's Volquez against Trevor Cahill, who's 11-game winner. And Thursday, Clayton Richard and Tyler Skaggs. So good pitching matchups. Forsythe figures to be going here, doesn't he, Tony? Yep, he's on his way, and a ground ball right through the hole, left side. Forsythe keeps right on running over to 3rd. Little hit and run. And on to 2nd on the throw. Wisely goes Grandal. That's nice base running by Grandal. He saw the throw skipping in, no one to cut it off, and he takes the extra base. That was pretty.
Yeah, and the reason why Grandal is able to get to 2nd is because Forsythe never hesitated. Ball base hit to left field. See him fight this ball off. And watch Forsythe as he comes around 2nd base. there's concern here from the Rockies that he might try to score. See Hoffman holding him up, but there's a chance he could come around all the way around third and score. And Grandal sees the high throw, and he does the smart thing, picks up an extra 90 feet.
That's beautiful baseball.
And when you're coaching and you see a guy, that light comes on and he picks up the 90 feet, what a huge play that is, because now they got to bring the infield in, eliminates the double play.
Two things about that. You know, the hit and run just works to a dream.
Absolutely.
A good hitting on a 3-2 pitch. And then the alertness of Forsythe, his hustle forcing the throw that allows Grandal, who is bright enough to take second.
Absolutely.
That's nice stuff. All right, a chance now to come back after the Rockies scored 3 in the top half of this inning. Jesus Guzman, a single and a 3-run homer tonight, can really have a big evening. Takes ball 1. Infield tied, hitter's delight for Guzman. Forsythe at third, Grandal at second. Caught the outside edge, 1-1. Guzman wondering if that was a strike, and Foxtrack says, yep, it took a bite out of the edge. Paint the black.
Yep.
One and two. Ooh. He got a call there.
Yes, he did. Now, Tony, as a hitter, now you've really got to protect.
Yeah.
Well, this enables a pitcher to expand that zone and have Guzman not take the healthy swing that he wants to take.
Yeah, you'll give him one. He comes back, fastball inside right there for a call, strike 2. So now, yeah, you got to protect. You got to expand the strike zone a little bit.
Struck him out. So second and third, 2 outs now as Guzman goes down swinging.
12-6 curveball.
Not a strike, but because you're in protection mode.
And guess what? We're going to see a new pitcher. Josh Outman, the 11th pitcher in 2 games. 11 different pitchers used by Jim Tracy. The carousel, the Colorado carousel continues.
On 70 years now? Are we 70 years? That's it's a long time in this game. Congratulations. It's been a great career for you. I know as a player and now in the booth. So glad to be part of the celebration and good luck to you the rest of the way.
Yeah, well said by Will Venable and the Padres. Appreciative of what Jerry Coleman means to all of us. Baseball, our freedoms, and that mellifluous voice. soaking it all in. What a day for him. All right, Josh Oudman, 5th pitcher used tonight. Goes against Yonder Alonso, who has struck out twice and grounded out. And the Padres, who had trouble knocking in men in scoring position last night, there were 1 for 12 runners in scoring position. They're 1 for 9 tonight. That's 2 for 21. That's going to come up and bite you sooner or later. They need somebody to come through with a money hit. 4-3 lead. 2 men in scoring position, 2 out. 1-1.
Well, he starts off, Yonder Alonso, with a first pitch breaking ball. That's a big slider. Fastball, slider, change, curve. It might have been a curveball.
Yeah. Wasn't a strike, I didn't think.
Yeah,
Get the call.
I didn't think so either.
Waves at a ball well out of the strike zone.
That's what happens when you get that extra inch, 2 inches off the outside part of the plate.
Everything's a strike.
Yeah, you're not sure if that ball is going to be a ball or a strike. So
second and third, 2 outs here in the 7th. Same pitch that he went after the last time. Lays off 2-2. Forsythe and Grandal in scoring position. Huge hole right center field. Fowler way over into left center.
yeah, this AV, Outman's kept everything on the outer third of the plate. So they're going to pitch him away and play him away.
Ground ball pulled right to the first baseman, Colvin. Well, the Padres played some good baseball. They got runners to second and third with 1 out, but they can't check in and run. And Cameron Maben singled, and then Parrino hit this ball that took the second baseman right fielder into a collision course, and with 2 out, Maben running all the way scored. And then Jesus Guzman, the big blow of the night with 2 men on, home run over the center field wall, and the Padres led 4-0. But the Rockies in the 7th, an error by the shortstop Parrino, a double by Nelson scored 1 run, Blackman knocked in another, and then a sacrifice fly by LeMahieu as Casey Kelly, who pitched 6 shutout innings, was knocked out of the game. 3 runs, 2 of them earned, and the score 4-3. Meanwhile, the Padres have squandered lots of chances to add to their lead, and in 2 games have converted only twice in 22 situations with a runner in scoring position. 2 for 22. Will Venable takes over in right field. Denorfia's hand may be bothering him, but a double switch. No, he moves over to left field, and Guzman out, so it's a double switch. Or is it straight up here? Brock stays in the game. It is not a double switch. A fly ball shallow in center. Maben with a long run, but it's Forsythe going out to make the catch.
Hey fans, don't miss Padres Fan Appreciation Weekend. It's against those San Francisco Giants on September 29th and September 30th. The first 25,000 fans in attendance on Saturday's game, September 29th, you're going to receive a Padres t-shirt. And on Sunday, September 30th, fans will receive a 2012 team photo. Get your tickets now at Padres.com or get on the horn at 619-795-5555.
So Brad Brock leaves with one out. And Carlos Gonzalez will face Joe Thatcher, lefty against lefty. The power of Gonzalez being respected, and Bud Black makes the pitching change. We're at Petco Park, top of the 8th inning, 4-3 San Diego. Sunday, the Buccaneers and the Giants go at it in New York. As the Giants look to bounce back from a opening day loss. You'll also see Vikings, Colts, Saints, Panthers, or Cardinals, Patriots. Then the Cowboys go to Seattle against the Seahawks, or the Redskins battle the Rams. Coverage begins this week with a Built Ford Tough Fox NFL Sunday pregame show at 9 a.m. here on the West Coast. Joe Thatcher matched up against dangerous Carlos Gonzalez. Casey Kelly did a good job facing Gonzalez. Got him to roll out twice to first. He bunts in the air, and Alonso makes this catch. Oh my, a snow cone catch by Alonso. Gonzalez trying to bunt his way on.
He squared up. I thought he was going to try to go down the third base line, but tried to take it with him, and look at that. Head ball hits it. Alonso in the heel and almost comes out of the glove.
Just enough webbing on that big first baseman's glove. Here comes Bud Black. One pitch. Joe Thatcher gets him to bunt to Alonso, and Dale Thayer will come in from the bullpen with two away, and the base is empty to face catcher WILIN Rosario. Here comes the new Papa, Dale Thayer.
I think he caught everybody by surprise there.
Yeah. He tried to do that in Colorado last time. Tried to go down the third base line because we had to shift on him.
It's almost doing you a favor with his home run bat to try to bunt his way on.
He's probably thinking of little ball getting on, stealing the base, getting himself in scoring position.
Well, it's time now for our Saquon Vacation strikeout of the game. Casey Kelly had a half dozen of them.
Yeah, you know what, guys? He was getting ahead with the fastball and putting these Colorado Rockies away with the curveball. And according to my book, because I marked all curveballs, I just missed one, the one to follow in the third inning. But I believe all of his strikeouts tonight were on that curveball. Great break on that pitch. Great location. He didn't hang any of them.
You saw the big play when you think about a one-run game, 4-3 in that fifth inning. The Rockies had back-to-back singles by Nelson and Blackman, first and third, no one out. But he struck out LeMahieu on that bouncer in the dirt. Grandal did a good job of scooping it out and throwing out the runner for a strikeout double play.
Great tag by Forsythe at second.
So Thayer in with 2 outs and the bases empty here in the top of the 8th. And Rosario, the batter, 1 for 3, safe on an error. That opened the 7th inning when the Rockies scored their 3 runs.
Well, Dale should be well rested. He pitched back on Wednesday night against the Cardinals. It was only a third of an inning.
Thayer trying to get the 1 out. It figures that Gregerson will be in the 9th inning. Thayer and Clayton Richard adding their family. Thayer now with 3 daughters. Of course, Clayton Richard, his first son, a week ago. Rosario, big time power in this young man. 24 home runs to lead all rookies in the National League. The RBIs lead all rookies. That one sails way back into the lower tier. Tommy Lane. In case Tyler Colvin, the left-handed hitter, due next.
Just like with Joe Thatcher, this might be Thayer's only hitter.
It's off the foot of Thayer and caroms to Headley, and it's a base hit. Let's hope Thayer's okay. Got his foot in the way of that one. It was on its way to center field, and that one was struck hard by Rosario.
Yeah, I remember that one in Arizona off the foot of Luke Gregerson on the fly, or it was Houston. Did that short hop him, or was that?
No, that was in the air.
That was in the air, huh?
I think he could have got to it and caught it. It would have been an out. I don't believe that ball bounced.
That'd be an interesting play, wouldn't it? Let's check it again.
Yeah, that was on the fly.
It's filled. If Headley comes in and catches the ball, he's
caught
out.
that. It would have been an out.
We saw that in Houston this year. A ball off of Luke Gregerson's foot. Everett Cabrera at shortstop made the catch for the out.
Rosario 2 hits again tonight. Had the 2-run double last night. He was 2 for 5. There's going to take a couple of throws, make sure that that foot's okay. Meanwhile, with the left-handed hitter Colvin due next, but Black has a choice to make. Does he want to go? See, it goes off the back of the heel, right? Didn't know where the ball was.
He could, if he'd like to, he could milk this situation and take Thayer out here and give Lane all the pitches he wants. If he comes out with an injury, and won't be a charged visit to the mound because the ball hit there.
So the tying run on 2 outs here in the 8th for Colorado. Tyler Colvin, a single in 3 at-bats. He scored one of the 3 runs in the last inning. Again, in this Colorado lineup, some home run punch. He's got 18. 27,651 the attendance on this Saturday night. A tribute to Jerry Coleman and a good ball game. Oh, he had a good cut. That ball was in there. 94. One and one. Two and one. Chris Nelson on deck. He's got a couple of hits tonight, including an RBI double. Nelson with the long home run last night.
These Rockies, they just keep running up pretty good hitters. Coleman had a good rip at that first fastball he saw, fouled it off.
Pulled foul off speed and had Colvin out in front.
We're trying to just check out the location of the pitches out of the hand of Dale Thayer because he was hit in his landing foot. So it doesn't seem to be any problem right now for Dale. He might be barking a little bit. Kind of shook it right there. Landing foot, he spins and gets it. It looks like maybe on the Achilles a little bit.
Tender spot. Not much there except that Achilles tendon. Struck him out. Thayer gets the job done, and the Rockies go down in the 8th. Padres 4, Colorado 3.
One out for the flag. The 1-1 pitch. A one-hopper to Nettles, to Wiggins, and the Padres have the National League pennant. Oh, doctor, you can hang a star on that, baby.
Yeah, never better called than that one. That was vintage Jerry Coleman, 84. Quite a night for the Colonel. And that beautiful statue to be there for the history to follow and fans to note and remember the great voice of the Padres, the great American. Josh Renicky. So 6 pitchers tonight, all different from the 6 we saw last night. So that's 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, we haven't seen Ottavino yet. Or Scahill. So there's still more faces to introduce.
Yeah, they've got to draw straws before the game to see who gets a seat in the bullpen.
Cameron Maben, a single in 3 at-bats, scored a run. So he's hit safely now in 7 straight games. Oh, shattered bat, fly ball to third, and Nelson kind of side saddling his way away from the barrel end of the bat to make the catch. That brings up Andy Parrino, 2 for 3. And the man over on the other side of the diamond, Tyler Colvin, can identify with that spear because he was at third base and was stabbed in the chest. It took him out of the last half of the season when he was with the Cubs. Punctured his lung.
Yeah, I remember that in Florida against the Marlins. He was at third base.
Yeah. Frightened.
As a runner. And he was tracking the ball, didn't realize that the bat had broken in 2 and got him right in the chest.
Andy Parrino got that looping double to right field that forced the collision of second baseman LeMahieu and the right fielder Blackman, led to a run, and then singled off tore his glove in the 4th inning. So 2 for 3 for PARRINO. Marcotte is in the on-deck circle. We'll see if he's going to pinch hit. Hit well to left field, left center, Fowler for the second out.
Hey, fans, don't miss Padres shirt off their backs presented by Saquon. This is a great event. Purchase a $1 scratch-off ticket at your next Padres game or at the Padres ticket windows on non-game days for your chance to win a camouflage jersey from a Padres player or coach on Sunday, September 30th. It's the final home game of the year. All proceeds will benefit the Padres Foundation.
So that's all the players, coaches, managers. So there's about, well, with the call-ups and all, probably about 40, 45 chances that you'll win an actual Padre jersey off the back of one of those wearing it down in that dugout tonight.
Might be a Marcotte jersey coming your way.
Mark entered the game as a pinch hitter last night and hit the ball on the button, a line drive, but right at the second baseman. Two outs, bases empty here in the 8th. And the count goes 2-0 on CUZZI with Denorfia, the leadoff man, on deck.
In fact, I'll bet you a dime to donuts.
Here we go, those donuts again.
That Mark Sweeney has bought some scratchers, hoping to get a Marcotte jersey. Because we know how much Mark Sweeney loves Marcotte.
It's his favorite player.
It's a man crush.
High chopper off home plate. Tough play. The pitcher does a good job. Renicky taking it himself for the unassisted putout as Renicky retires the side in order. Here we go to the 9th, a one-run game.
Lieutenant Colonel, United States Marine Corps retired. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, with his wife Maggie, Mr. Jerry Coleman.
Fabulous. Just absolutely outstanding. Jerry Coleman saluted. Second statue here at Petco Park. Mr. Padre Tony Gwynn out in the park at the park, and Jerry Coleman's likeness there in the right field corner outside the stadium, so fans will be able to see it all year long. And remembering the three facets of his life as a military hero, outstanding baseball player with the Yankees, and of course 40 years with the Padres, 70 years in baseball. Terrific job by Ted Leitner. Kudos to him as well. Wonderful master of ceremonies tonight. Luke Gregerson tried to get the final 3 outs, and the Padres their 70th win of the year. He'll face Chris Nelson, Charlie Blackmon, and DJ LeMahieu. Nelson, a single and an RBI double, 2 for 3. 3 hits last night, 5 hits in the 2 games. Starts him with a fastball.
Yeah, we've seen more of that from Luke Gregerson.
Yeah.
Little two-seamer. Nothing he throws is straight. So,
boy, look at that. 4 for 5 against Gregerson. Not when you throw a slider like that.
He knew that had to be on his mind first pitch was, you know, hoping that he would get ahead, hoping that he would fall behind trying to throw that slider. And he dropped a sinker in there for the first pitch and now backs that up with a slider away.
Figure you're going to get another one here. He does, but it's off the outside edge.
That's right. That's a good 0-2 pitch right there.
I'll tell you what, he certainly is cool hand Luke. He stays cool, calm. See
Got him swinging. You can only be patient so long on that slider.
That's the thing I like about Luke is that he can throw that slider for a strike when he wants to, but he can also start it in the zone and run it out of the zone like he did on this one right here. 2 strikes, hitters trying to be defensive, trying to protect the plate.
And as a pitcher, you have to learn how to throw those, because we're always ingrained to throw strikes, pound the zone, you know, good strikes. Well, there comes a time you have to practice. Okay, let's practice a wipeout pitch, you know, a slider down and away with 2 strikes.
Blackman is 3 for 4 in the series, a home run last night in his 1 at bat. 2 for 3 tonight, and he takes a strike right at the knees.
When you say practice that, is that like before the game playing catch out?
Yeah, in your bullpen or in your bullpen.
In your bullpen.
Right. Just like practicing pitch outs. And, you know, when you get called for a pitch out, so you're not surprised. You've been through there, you've been there, done that. Change up.
Spots that one just on the edge. Look who's on deck, Jason Giambi.
That's a rare pitch from Luke Gregerson,
Tony. The first time I seen him throw a changeup. And it was a good one.
Now, as a hitter, you got in the back of your mind, my goodness, what's coming next?
Tried the back door of the slider. Almost went. 2-2 the count.
Why can't they throw up some Paul Newman cool hand Luke when Luke comes out to the mound?
Yeah, that would be good.
That'd be kind of good, wouldn't it? What's your dirt doing in my hole? Get that dirt out of my hole.
He remembers everything.
Everything.
The great ones you never forget.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Got him. Out of the strike zone, but the backdoor slider, and Gregerson is Fan Nelson and now Blackman.
Backdoor slider.
Backdoor.
So the Rockies down to their final out, and it's Jason Giambi. Brings his home run swing to home plate. That's why he's on the bench, much like Mark Kotsay of the Padres. Situation just like this, where one swing can tie it up. This will be interesting how Gregerson works to Giambi. Had only 84 at bats, 20 hits. As a pinch hitter, 7 for 27 with a home run. Ball 1. Pitcher's spot after Giambi.
It looks like Andrew Brown in the on-deck circle.
It is Andrew Brown.
And so really in this situation, if you don't feel comfortable going after Giambi, you got first base open. Got a right-hand hitter on deck, and you don't want to. You want to see if you can get Giambi to maybe chase something out of the zone, but
that's a pretty pitch. Spotted.
Perfectly placed.
Yeah. I like how he took a lot off of that. That wasn't, you know, your normal hard slider. He just kind of took a little bit off of that.
Peter.
Sinker in.
Down to their final strike. Giambi with 429 career home runs against Luke Gregerson. Taking over from Houston Street as the Padre closer, trying to drop the final nail in this Padre victory on Jerry Coleman night. Oh, Giambi able to hold back. Big numbers for Giambi. Back up the middle, Gregerson snares it, and you can hang a star on this one. The Padres win it 4-3. And there's our Carl's Jr. star of the game, Jesus Guzman, his 3-run home run. The difference tonight as the Padres win a tough 1-run victory, and they've reached the 70 win mark this season. All on Jerry Coleman night. Mike?
Yeah, tip of the cap to the Colonel for sure. The Padres, even the series now 1 game apiece. Coming up in the postgame show, Mark Sweeney and I are going to talk about the job Jesus Guzman had done. Can't forget about Casey Kelly. We'll break down his start. You'll hear from the manager, Buddy Black, and a look back at Jerry Coleman's day.